What's happening? It's AJeezy.
And your boy.
All right, man. We live from Sound Vision Studios, representing RLegacy, Rolling Papers Recordings, and Sound Vision Entertainment Group. All right. What we got going on, Jay? What we doing, man?
Man, we just gonna give them a little bit of a tell-all and how we got created and how we got this thing rolling and going. You know what I'm saying? And a little whatever for our magazine, you know what I'm saying? And give them a little heads up on what's going on and what's to come.
So we got the RLegacy magazine coming out. It's gonna be a digital magazine.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We're putting a lot of thought into it, man, and hopefully the people will enjoy it. And at the same time, it's just gonna be telling the whole story about everything, about kind of Sound Vision Studios and how we got started, and you know where everything is headed right now. Even rolling into Rolling Papers Recordings, and Sound Vision Entertainment Group got a few artists. You know, we're not gonna give everything too much too soon, but we got a lot of things that we're working on, man, and it's all coming from here, coming from this home-based Sound Vision studio. So you'll be seeing a lot more. We even have a podcast that we're gonna be doing from Sound Vision Studio. So it'll be real. We got a lot. Stay in tune. All right.
Yeah. And RLegacy, man, RLegacy magazine, not only, you know, we're going to definitely make it a digital situation. It's a platform for not only just us, it's about the culture and people who don't have a voice that's trying to get out here. We want to be open for everybody, you know what I'm saying, an open avenue for everybody. So when you look at RLegacy magazine, you know, just look at it in a two-form word, and it's based with a two-word meaning, basically, you know. Our legacy and our legacy, like OUR legacy, like it's for everybody. You know what I'm saying? When you on there and if you do grace the cover, know that this is us believing in you and everything that you got going on and making you have a legacy. You know what I'm saying? It's about the culture, man. Just trying to bring it up in our own way. You know.
Just want to give a few shout outs, man. My boy Clean Work Media, engineer, producer, a lot of different talent, man. People doing podcasts. Definitely a special shout out to one of our main guests, It's the Girls. It's the Girls podcast, man. They're doing real big things, man. And just a lot of different artists, man. I could name so many that have come through our doors, and we're it's an honor and a pleasure to have worked with them, and we really do appreciate it. So from that standpoint, now we're rolling into got some artists that we're going to be backing and trying our best to promote and put out there and market. And so you will be hearing a lot more coming just from the Sound Vision name, Sound Vision Entertainment Group as well. And just Rolling Papers Recordings. You're going to hear that a lot, you know. So that's what we got going on over here at the studio. We kind of, just to give you a little background, you know, we've been doing our thing for some time now, you know, not too long. I won't say we're new in the game, but, you know, we are kind of just on the come up right now. All right. Sound Vision Studios based out of close to Atlanta, Georgia. We out in Fayetteville, Georgia. Not too far. We're on the south side. And got a lot going on. We got a studio. We have a rehearsal room. We have a green room. Conference rooms and things of that nature to support a lot of different needs for a lot of different businesses, a lot of different independent artists. So definitely reach out to us if there's anything that you need. We definitely can cater to whatever you need. And other than that, just the RLegacy digital magazine coming out. And like I said, digital platforms and all other platforms, to be honest with you, man. There's kind of no limit to what we have going on right now. We have a real big opportunity and chance to do some real big things, and we're going to take advantage of them. All right, so RLegacy, Rolling Papers Recordings. Once again, RLegacy, Rolling Papers Recordings, and Sound Vision Studios and Sound Vision Entertainment Group.
Yes, sir.
So we're still live here at Sound Vision Studios. We have Jaboi and AJeezy. So we want to get ready for some questions. So now, the two of you, is this just a business relationship, or have you guys had a previous relationship?
No. I mean, it's a family, and that's the basically what we trying to create. Although he's not blood, but he is. You know what I mean? And we started from we've known each other about 16 years now. I believe it's like 16 years, man. So it started as friendships, working together, growing together, you know what I'm saying, going out, kicking it in the A, doing everything. And and it built into the fact of, he was doing his thing, I was doing my thing. Came up with two entities of our own. His separately, he had his business going, and then I had mine as well. And it only made sense to bring it together. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much how it started. It started from a friendship, and we've grown to become family, and and we're moving from there.
Yeah, and it was an instant connection. It was an instant, clicking and an instant bond, and family was almost like it wasn't even a choice. It was there, so and fast forward, like you say, 16 years later, here we are just talking about putting our businesses together and doing something major and big together. Thinking about our families and even our close friends that may not be around us right now and behind us right now, but we got a lot of people that we do this for. So we just a representation, and we just the footwork behind it, man, and just trying to get this thing rolled off. Like you said, for our family. But yeah, man, started a little while ago, some years ago, man, and I mean all kinds of things between us working together at jobs and just running the streets together in sports, and our birthdays are very close to each other, and we both have the same sign, so we're very similar, very competitive, and it's been heated arguments, it's been love within those heated arguments, and again, it just only made sense for us to be together, And again, we just got a lot of people that we represent. We just the forefront of it, man. It's a lot of people behind us, in a reason that we do this. So, family, like you said, the F word is the biggest thing in it.
And that's it, man. I mean, but when you do that, and it's family, because a true friend, you're gonna always have a disagreement with. If you can come back from that, it shows you that y'all being real with each other. So that's the best thing that could have ever happened to us, with us having disagreements and things like that, because you start recognizing, hey, this cat ain't gonna let me just say anything, or I ain't gonna let him say anything, and that's the way it should be. So it's a beautiful thing, man. We just trying to pave the way, pave the way for all those that don't even know we're trying to pave the way for them. You know what I mean? And let them know that it's all good. Just be in the frontiers and really want to make something happen and accomplish something for, like you said, families, and holding down our legacies to where we want to be wealthy, not rich.
Straight up.
Have it where our kids can be straight, and that's what it is, man. And that's the motivation. That's the motivation to get it done. We ain't got time to waste, and that's why you're gonna see us hitting a lot of different angles. From we going to movies to like I said, we magazines. We doing it with a little bit of everything. It ain't nothing that we can't touch, and we're gonna show you that.
Okay, so that was really interesting. I like that you guys have a 18-year strong relationship. But what's interesting is that you guys aren't actually blood. So blood is thicker than water, and being that you two are not really relatives, but you relate as brothers, what will happen when there is a confrontation? Because things happen, and today you're here, but what about when you're sitting on the stage and you're getting Oscars and Grammys? How will you guys handle confrontation in the future?
Yeah, I'll take that. I mean, that's interesting that you asked that. That's something that I've thought about. Even when we first initially got our business relationship going, and not thought about to the point that I may have been worried about it, but it was interesting to me to know that, and no disrespect to people that I've known all my life, but sometimes that person that really got your back, for one, is not blood, and for one, maybe another reason, maybe not be a person that you've known all your life. I think eventually people come in contact with people. You move from a certain hood or a certain area and go to another hood or area, and you get another best friend. That's no different than guys meeting each other at a certain age in their life, at a certain point in their life. So again, I thought about that, but I thought about it in a way of, wow, this is a guy that, why didn't I call him sooner? His track record has always been he had my back, from day one. Again, this is one of the men that gave me one of my best jobs, coming out of high school, just being in a position to help me. So for one, you talk about friends and you talk about brothers and you talk about people that you care about, and then you start going down the line of, well, really, what has this person done for me, or really, what do they add to my life, or what kind of value do they add? And this is a guy that his track record has been proven ever since I met him. So why not say he's my brother? Why not want to go into business with him, or bring our businesses together to again do this for our families and the same friends that we have, some of them. So that's funny that you asked that, because I definitely thought about that, but I didn't think about it in a negative way. If anything, I thought about it in a way of, wow, that's crazy that I never would have thought of a guy that probably wasn't a guy I grew up with since I was 5. Maybe I had to meet him when I was 12 or 15. You know what I'm saying? And what difference does that make? So but as far as the conflict and anything, man, this brother, that's love there. So again, just like if he was a guy that I known since I was 4 or 5, it's the same love. It didn't change, and it doesn't change. And these are things that as men, man, we're smarter. Where we're at in our lives. He'll tell you, and I know he'll get into it sooner or later, money. But it's all God. Brought us to get back together at a certain point in our lives where we were more mature. So we already done talked about them situations. You know what I'm saying? We know they gonna come. And if anything, it's already about us preparing ourselves for the storm. And I'm big on that. I know there's gonna be a hiccup around the corner, but right now we saying we love each other. Why not make sure that we prepare ourselves to make sure that we love each other, and when that storm comes too?
Oh man, I love you. I love you too, Jeezy. I love you too. I love you too. You know what I mean? Hey, and I appreciate that, man. But the thing about it to me is, man, you hear the phrase a lot. Game recognize game, real recognize real. You know what I'm saying? And steel sharpen steel. So what it was, man, when I came down here, it was a few of us that was all kicking it. And, and I always seen, something in Jeezy, and he just, he stood out from everybody else. He was quiet, laid back, but he was about his business, man. And to tell a quick, funny story about it that just shows you how disciplined and things he is, I'll take it to the simplifying it is with some tennis shoes, man. I recall, man.
Don't fuck with my shoe game.
Right, man. That shoe game is stupid, man. Hey, this cat, man, he started off with, like, if he bought every Jordan that a Jordan is out. And if it was one that he just had to wear, he would buy 2. And literally, when he had got his house and everything, man, had a Jordan room. I've never seen it before in my life. I've never seen somebody so disciplined to be able to get the hottest little thing out and don't even put it up. Act like he ain't never seen it. And everybody else rocking theirs, dogging theirs. It inspired me to try to do it, and it never happened. And man, I couldn't spend the 180 and not put it on and show it. So, but I said that little funny story just because it just shows you, what I seen, like the discipline, the will, the want to be able to do something and can do it. A lot of people talk it but don't walk it. And me coming from Cleveland, man, I'm it's just about being solid, man. Solid is the key to everything. If you're a solid person, man, no matter how many miles you go away, they're gonna recognize somebody else who's as solid as you. And I think that's where it came, man. And it was just, anytime he needed something, I was there for him. Anytime I needed something, he was pretty much there for me. And you can't fake that. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember one time, he probably don't even remember. I got locked up on maybe a traffic ticket or something, and the only number I could think of in Atlanta was his house number. You know what I'm saying? And I remember that still to this day. I don't even know if it's valid anymore, but 443460450. Like, and just to show you, it probably ain't. It's probably disconnected, ain't it? Disconnected. Yeah, but you probably don't even remember. You remember that, man? And you was like, man, I was just about to walk out the door, man, because I know nobody answered the phone. That was the spot. We used to be chilling, burning, doing what we do. Nobody answered the house phone. Everybody had their cells. So I was just like, man, let me try it. And my boy answered, man. And it's just little stuff like that, man, that stick with me, that makes me remember. So when it came to the point of, hey, let's put this together and do something, it's a no-brainer, man. I mean, like I said, solid dude. and you know, solid gonna bring solid, and we gonna get it, and that's what it was.
Rolling papers, nigga.
Okay, so I actually enjoyed some heartfelt stories. I didn't expect that in the answer, but um, the one thing that I do like is that you got, perfect is made perfect with imperfect people. Um, yeah, I mean, y'all stories is awesome. So I can see how you guys have been brought together, and I can see how your relationship has grown. So now, how will you all balance family with running a business? Because we're talking Russell Legacy, we're talking Sound Vision, we're talking entertainment groups, rolling papers. It's a lot of entities to this, and it's going to require a lot of time and dedication. So how will you all manage your family lives outside of this?
Well, you might hear him now. I got my son with me. You know, he running around playing. Uh, you know, my wife is involved. You know, I mean, it's they're involved with the movement. I mean, to me, something that you're striving for or what you want to be, you need to have the support of your family. Everybody need to be on the same page. I think if everybody's on the same page, then we all trying to reach a common goal. So it makes it a little easier. Not saying that it's going to be easy all the time. It's going to be tough where, you know, hey, I may have to fly out and not be able to be home, but what's important, you keep important, you know, and I think that's the key to it. You want to make sure that, you know, birthdays will never be missed, you know, Christmases and things like that. And then if not, man, that's the whole reason for all of this, to do what we want to do when we want to do it. So the family stays involved, period, through it all. And I think that's part of it for me. I don't know how you feel about it, JC. I know you got your son and your thing, but how you feel?
Yeah, and I mean, just how you just ended off, that's kind of what I was gonna start out with. Like, this is what we're doing it for, and just hopefully that we do have the, yeah, and I think that we both do. We both have real strong, great families, man. Your boy Jay was just on the phone with his mom right before we just sat down and did this interview. You know, like you say, his family is around. My son's not here tonight, but that's the good thing about us being young entrepreneurs, man. We're opening up our own doors. So, our families can come to our establishment anytime they want. You know what I'm saying? We'll make a cottage and get some pillows and sleep in this thing if we have to. So that's the big part, and that's it's a plus of what we have going on, but at the same time, it all just boils back to having that family understanding that what our goal really is. It's not just for ourselves, man. Right now my mom is taking care of my son right now. And not taking care of him, but just watching him while I'm here doing what I need to do for the night. And I think it's a challenge for all of our families. But I think at the end of the day, they all understand that we're not just doing this for ourselves, man. That's not Jay. That's not me. We are family. We don't got our families. We don't got nothing. And so what we do every day, whether it's work related job or even coming here to the studio, or it's dealing with our artists, or it's dealing with getting some records put out. It's all for our family at the end of the day. So yeah, that's all I would add to that. That's what we do. That's what we do it for. And we have the families that understand that. So that's the most important part.
Right, so we are here because we want to know about this RLegacy digital magazine. Let's open up.
Let's get to it.
Well, I mean, our legacy is exactly what it says. Our legacy, man. It's us as a people. See, one thing about it, I feel like a brand is not just a name and then you say, because you got a few followers with it, and everybody look like they liking it and things like that makes it a brand. No, brand is something that you believe in, and that's the thing about it. Our legacy, I don't when I came up with the name of that, I didn't want to say something that was about superficial, and I'm worrying about myself in that situation. It's about the bigger picture, and the bigger picture is like building for family. Again, you'll hear family a lot with us because that's what we base everything off of. I mean, if you got a family, just think about what you would do for your family, and if you have a situation that's built off of family and built off of those morals and principles of trying to build for that, then you got a positive thing going, and you got something that will push you harder when you feel like you have those days that you don't want to do it. So going back into the fact of our Legacy magazine, it's just a place where we want to build for our people, our culture, our kind. We want to make avenues for that. Like that's the key. You're supposed to pave the way for the next ones. And of course it ain't no Martin Luther Kings or Malcolm X's around here, but the thing about it is you make your own stamp into this game and into this world, and make your place. And that's what we're trying to do here. Our Legacy magazine, we want to just make sure everybody get a voice and a word and promotion of your companies, your businesses. You'll be just a platform for us, and that's the problem. We just got to make sure we start supporting each other. So the way we put our hand out is by showing, and then hopefully everybody can follow suit, and then we all start building something.
Straight up.
So my next question was about the community, what you guys are bringing forth to it, but I think you just told me.
Right. And there's a lot of other things that we will be involved in, man. And that's very big. We just on our conference call the other day just talking about that, man. That is very big for me, and that's going to be a very big part of not only Sound Vision Studios, but our legacy and Rolling Papers Recordings and just Sound Vision, period. All right. We're very big on being in the community, being involved. So we will be doing things with the studio, involved with the communities, as well as having our own appreciation days and community days and just things we're very kid friendly. So we'll be making sure that we're doing things that support the kids as well. So a lot of things that we're talking about that are just coming out in the works now. And again, we are about the community, so we will be heavily involved.